Hello humans, I'm an elitist, and let's talk about some popes. If you don't know the centuries popes, you'd guess that popes are old, tired, and devout. You're wrong. You're objectively wrong. Nothing and no one shows this more than Pope Benedict the Ninth. This guy is known for three things. 1. Being the youngest pope at the start. 2. Being pope 3 times, and thus the only man to do it. And 3. Selling the papacy. So, shall we jump into the teenage 3-time pope's story? The young pope was the last of the dynasty of Tusculum. Born as the son of Count Alberic of Tusculum, he was the nephew of 2 previous popes. He was thrown into the papacy in 1032 as a youth. One of his first actions was to excommunicate the ecclesiastical leaders who opposed him. His behavior deteriorated quickly, like any teenager without responsibility, and he became violent. Eventually, the people of Rome had enough. They revolted and forced the pope to flee. Now I have to explain something about the papacy back in the day. While the pope is primarily a spiritual leader today, back in the day he was a leader of a good chunk of Italy, dividing the peninsula in half, meaning that having an overgrown teenager as the pope is the same as having a teenage king. B.A.D. In January 1045, they elected Bishop John of Sabine as his successor, and the bishop became known as Pope Sylvester III. However, Sylvester was to be a short reigning pope, as Benedict and his brothers took back Rome and forced him to retreat to his old bishopric in the Sabine Hills. This marked the second time that Benedict had become pope, but it didn't stop there. After arriving in Rome in May of the same year, he decided to sell the papacy to his Roman priest godfather, Giovanni Graziano. Graziano was a good, kind-hearted, pious man, and it's believed he bought the papacy to protect it from the misconduct of Benedict. He was raised to become Pope Gregory VI. And that's where our story ends, with Benedict, a rich former pope, Sylvester, an aging anti-pope, and Gregory, the rightful pope, leading the church into prosperity. Feel free to like and subscribe if you feel like it, and tune in next time for more videos. You want to know how he became Pope the 3rd time, don't you? Well, just for you viewers who counted the timestamp and the amount of times Benedict became Pope, I'll tell you a strange story. So, a year after Gregory became Pope, both Benedict and Sylvester came to Rome, and they declared themselves popes. Well, now there are 3 popes. This is a problem because popes are people you don't want more than one of. So Holy Roman Emperor Henry III marched down to figure out, in the Council of Sutri held in December. None of these popes were favoured by the council, and Sudiger of Babenberg was chosen to be Pope Clement II. The fates of the anti-popes are as follows. Benedict was deposed. Gregory was charged with simony and denied the papacy. Sylvester was arrested. So does it end here? Of course not. Do you think Benedict would give up that easy? After Clement died, Benedict rolled up into Rome for the 3rd time and became Pope. Then, on orders from Henry, he was deposed and never seen in Rome again. He died around 1055 or 56. Sources aren't very clear. Thank you for sticking on me on this journey of papal intrigue and teenage angst. If you feel like it, subscribe and like. If you know any other ways to appease the algorithm, please do them. Arrivederci.